Good afternoon and welcome back to your news with News First. You're watching TV1, the News First team. I'm Shehan Ranatunga. Now first up, let's take a look at your headlines.
Sri Lankans ready to welcome the Sinhala and Tamil New Year. Special arrangements to transport people to their hometowns. Anti-terrorism bill to be tabled in Parliament on the 25th of April. Election Commission calls for report on parties that failed to submit financial statements. Whiteflies that damage coconut plantations continue to spread. Planters advised to only use natural oils to combat the spread. Marine Environment Protection Authority obtained samples of tar-like substance that washed up on the shores of Trincomalee.
Your top story. The entire country is preparing to celebrate the dawn of the Sinhala and Tamil New Year. Now, according to tradition, today marks the last day of the old year.
Sri Lanka, being a country whose culture is entrenched in agriculture, begins the Sinhala and Tamil New Year with the tradition of taking the last harvest of the Maha season. Based on the sun's movement from the Meena Rashiya, or the house of Pisces, to the Mesha Rashiya, the house of Aries, Sri Lankans welcome the new year in April with a lot of firecrackers and a gourmet of traditional sweets. The auspicious time for the Sinhala and Tamil New Year this year is from 8:35 am to 9:23 am on Friday. Sri Lankans will consume their first meal at 8:35 tomorrow morning, after which they will engage in religious observances. The dawn of the Sinhala and Tamil New Year will take place at 2:59 pm. The auspicious time for preparing food begins at 3:29 pm. The auspicious time to commence work and engage in the tradition of transacting for the new year falls at 5:05 pm. Work should commence facing south, after which the tradition of consuming meals should be followed. The auspicious time for anointing of oil falls on Sunday, the 16th of April. According to astrologists, the tradition of anointing of oil should be observed while facing south, clad in red and yellow clothing. The tradition of leaving to work for the new year should be observed at 6:28 am on the 17th of April. Many towns in Sri Lanka were packed with people shopping for the new year. This was the situation in Colombo Fort this morning. Transport sector officials confirmed that special transport arrangements have been put in place for the convenience of people travelling to their hometowns for the new year. Sri Lanka Railways said that special trains will be operational from Colombo to several areas in the island. Many people were seen at the Fort Railway Station today, awaiting to head home. The Sri Lanka Transport Board and the National Transport Commission have taken steps to arrange special transport services in line with the festive season. Speaking on the steps taken, the Deputy General Manager of the Sri Lanka Transport Board said that leave of all SLTB employees have been cancelled until the 18th of this month. He added that seats cannot be reserved during the festive season. This was the situation at the central bus stand in Colombo. A considerable number of buses were also operating from the private bus stand in Colombo today. Sharing and visiting relatives and loved ones are some of the most cherished traditions of the Sinhala and Tamil New Year celebrations. Residents of the Kehelwala village in Kandy engaged in this tradition of visiting loved ones, as they have for many decades in the past. The residents of this village visited their loved ones and gifted them a vegetable plant, a fruit plant and a herbal plant. The villagers did this with the intention of promoting agriculture so that Sri Lanka could one day become a self-sufficient country. Sweetmeats are also considered an important part of the New Year celebrations. However, sweetmeat producers have been severely impacted this year due to the soaring cost of ingredients. Fireworks are also widely used in celebrating the Sinhala and Tamil New Year. The price of fireworks this year have also soared through the roof. Those who engaged in the industry are not very hopeful about getting a good profit this year.
As the festive season is nearing, the number of accidents reported are increasing. Accidents were reported in several areas during the past 24 hours. An individual sustained minor injuries after a three-wheeler travelling from Marbola to Norelia met with an accident in Hatton. The accident had occurred due to speeding. The moment the three-wheeler met with the accident, it was recorded on the CCTV. Meanwhile, an individual sustained injuries after a Bowser transporting fuel from Haputale to Bandaravela collided with a motorbike. News First correspondent noted that the injured motorcyclist was aged 27 and was admitted to the Diatalava Base Hospital. An individual was injured after a Bowser transporting fuel from Colombo to Badula veered off the road in Kumbalvela. The Bowser damaged a house and a shop after it veered off the road.
In other news, Sri Lanka's Election Commission has decided to call for a report on the political parties that have failed to submit their financial statements. The Election Commission said this decision was reached on Tuesday.
The Election Commission said that a decision was made to call for a report as certain political parties have failed to submit their financial statements for 2021. It added that the respective political parties were informed to submit the 2021 financial statements within 14 days and the deadline was last week. Accordingly, the Election Commission has decided to terminate the recognition awarded to the said political parties to be recognized as accepted political parties in the country due to the failure to submit the financial statements.
The State Ministry of Provincial Councils and Local Governments said that the views and recommendations over the interim report of the National Delimitation Committee for Local Government. State Minister Janaka Wakumbura said that any political party representative, civil activist or any interested party can submit their views and recommendations. He said the views and recommendations will be taken into consideration when the National Delimitation Committee prepares its final report. The preliminary draft of the report of the National Committee on Delimitation of Divisions for Local Government Bodies was handed over to Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena by its chairman Mahinda Deshapriya recently. Meanwhile, Governor of the Southern Province Willie Gamage says that provincial councils should only be run by public representatives.
We have accepted the responsibility. There is stress and we are being blamed. But since the day I took office, I said that I am awaiting the arrival of public representatives to these institutions. That should be done. If not, the entire provincial council system must be abolished. But if this system is in place, it should not be run under a governor. It should be run by public representatives and not officials.
Sri Lanka's Justice Minister, President's Counsel Dr. Vijayadasa Rajapaksa said that the anti-terrorism bill will be presented to Parliament on the 25th of April.
The government published the anti-terrorism bill on the 22nd of March, stating that it was to address the shortcomings in the existing Prevention of Terrorism Act. However, several provisions in the new bill have drawn widespread criticism. Sri Lanka's Justice Minister, President's Counsel Dr. Vijayadasa Rajapaksa said the anti-terrorism bill was scheduled to be tabled in Parliament on the 4th of April. However, considering the requests put forward by multiple factions, the tabling of the bill was delayed. Minister Rajapaksa said that a request was made to include the anti-terrorism bill to the Parliament agenda for the 25th of April so that it can be tabled in the House. In addition, a new bill for the protection of witnesses and victims of crime will also be presented to the Parliament during the sessions that open on the 25th of April or during that week. Sri Lanka's Justice Minister, President's Counsel Dr. Vijayadasa Rajapaksa said The proposed anti-corruption bill will also be tabled in Parliament during the first week of May 2023.
Sri Lanka's Marine Environment Protection Authority, also known as MIPA, has obtained samples to determine the exact nature of the tar-like substance that washed up on the shores of Trincomalee. MIPA says the samples will be sent to laboratories in Colombo for tests.
Sri Lanka's Marine Environmental Protection Authority said that a team boarded a vessel anchored off the Trincomalee harbour to determine if the tar-like substance was disposed from it. Officials from MIPA had also obtained samples from the vessel as well. The Marine Environmental Protection Authority said legal action will be taken if it is proven that the substance was disposed from the vessel. MIPA said that a beach cleanup operation is underway along the Trincomalee coast. The tar-like substance had washed up on the eastern coast from Uppaveli to Nilaveli. Local fishermen said that this had posed a serious issue in engaging in fishing in the eastern seas.
The Sri Lanka Coconut Research Institute has recommended that natural oils be used to combat the spread of the white flies in coconut plantations. The chairman of the Coconut Research Institute, Malraj Piri, said that the damage caused to the environment by using artificial oils cannot be reversed.
Coconut is an essential part of the diet of a vast majority of Sri Lankans. Coconut planters point out that the spread of the white flies pests over the course of about a year has reduced the coconut harvest in the country. According to details from the Coconut Research Institute, the white fly menace has spread to coconut plantations in the Colombo, Gampaha and Kaluthara districts. The pest has also spread in the Kurunegala, Kandy, Gaul, Mathura, Ratnapura, Putlam and Hambantota districts. The pest has also spread to areas including Varakapola, Tolangamua and Rambukkana in the Kegaul district. The Coconut Cultivation Board points out that this small fly, about 2 to 3 millimeters in length, has affected about 80% of the coconut plantations in the country. The white fly lives on the bottom part of the coconut leaf and damages it, causing the leaf to turn yellow and affecting the harvest of the tree. The Coconut Research Institute said that they are working on identifying a predator to combat the spread of white flies. The Coconut Research Institute also points out that several planters have resorted to the use of artificial oils to combat the spread of white flies.
News first with the people.
The US government believes that the UN Secretary General is too willing to accommodate Russian interests, according to fresh revelations in classified documents leaked online.
The files suggest Washington has been closely monitoring Antonio Guterres. Several documents describe private communications involving Guterres and his deputy. It is the latest from a leak of secret documents which US officials are scrambling to get to the bottom of. The documents contain candid observations from Mr. Guterres about the war in Ukraine and a number of African leaders. One leaked document focuses on the Black Sea grain deal brokered by the UN and Turkey in July, following fears of a global food crisis. It suggests that Guterres was so keen to preserve the deal that he was willing to accommodate Russia's interests. Guterres emphasized his efforts to improve Russia's ability to export, the document says, even if that involves sanctioned Russian entities or individuals. His actions in February, according to the assessment, were undermining broader efforts to hold Moscow accountable for its actions in Ukraine.
In other news, Buckingham Palace has said the Duke of Sussex will be present at the King's coronation, but Meghan, the Duchess of Sussex, will not be attending.
There had been speculation about whether the couple would travel to the coronation, but it has now emerged that Prince Harry will attend alone. The prince will join more than 2,000 guests at Westminster Abbey on the 6th of May. It will be the first time he has been seen with the royal family since his bombshell memoir Spare was published. Prince Harry's book vividly revealed the depth of his disagreements with other members of the royal family, and he has since spoken of feeling different from the rest of his family. The decision for Meghan to reject the invitation will be seen as part of these continuing unresolved family tensions. It had been unclear whether Prince Harry would attend his father's coronation, but it is now confirmed that he will be at the Abbey, meaning King Charles will have both his sons present for the ceremony. The date is also the 4th birthday of Prince Harry and Meghan's son Prince Archie, who will remain in the US with his mother.
Now in sports news, the Rajasthan Royals beat the Chennai Super Kings by 3 runs in the IPL yesterday.
Joss Butler scored 52 of 36 deliveries as Rajasthan Royals posted a competitive 175 runs for the loss of 8 wickets after batting first.
Yashasvi Jaiswal's gone.
Butler hit 3 sixes and a 4 in his knock while adding 77 for the second wicket with Devdutt Padikkal, who made 38.
Now then, Jadeja is into his work. He's a couple of quick wickets and Chennai right back in it.
Ravindra Jadeja had the best figures for CSK while rookie Akash Singh and young Tushar Deshpande also got 2 wickets apiece. Chasing a target of 176 runs, Chennai Super Kings were restricted to 172 runs for the loss of 6 wickets as Sandeep Sharma nailed 2 perfect block hole deliveries to keep Mahendra Singh Dhoni and Ravindra Jadeja under check. Ravichandran Ashwin was the best Rajasthan Royals bowler on view with figures of 2 for 25.
Boundary. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. That is unbelievable.
And that's it from the news desk for now. For the News First team, I'm Shehan Ramatunga. Thank you for watching.